In the very last video, we discussed about the code for finding the length of the longest common subsequence. So now we're going to understand how will we print if we are asked to print the longest common subsequence. So this was the code for printing the length, right? Only the length. Now just think about one thing. I'll just take an example. So let's say if these two are your uh, arrays, right? And you are trying to find the longest common subsequence. So tell me one thing. What would be like my DP array has the answer stored, right? So and these both are of length 5. So my indexes are going to be from 0 to 4. So can you understand this that the answer will be stored in DP of 4 of 4. That is my DP of n minus 1 and n minus 1 and m minus 1, right? So this place will have the answer, right? Now just think about one thing, that what was DP of I of j? What was DP of I of j? Uh, like what was the meaning of this? So this meant the longest common subsequence, the longest common subsequence in A of 0 to I and B of 0 to j, right? That's what it meant. Okay. So if this was the meaning, so now just think about one thing, like for this example, if we see, right, 1 2 3 4 6 and 1 2 3 3 5 6. So my 6 and 6 are equal, right? So can you see it this way, that my DP of 4 of 4 will be 6, but what will be the values of DP of 3 of 4 and DP of 4 of 3? So what I'm trying to make you understand is that, let's say DP of I of j has some value, right? Now it either comes from, now if they're equal, then it's a different case. But if they're not equal, right, if let's say my A of I is not equal to B of j, then my value of dp of I of j comes either from dp of I minus 1. So point is, if they are not equal, then the value comes either from I minus 1 comma j, or j comma I minus 1, or I comma j minus 1, sorry, or I comma j minus 1. So it comes either from these two, right? And so what you're doing is you're taking the maximum and considering at which one is largest, right? And if they're equal, then you will simply push back that particular number, right? So then now I believe you're getting the intuition to write the code for this, that what I'll do. See, condition will be something like this, that if my, like, this is for being not equal, because see, when they're not equal, then I need to know that which is the direction I will move, because if they're equal, then I'll simply print it, right? But if they're not equal, that's when, because see, if they're equal, that means I'm simply moving to I minus minus j minus minus, I know. But if they're not equal, I don't know whether to do I minus minus or to do j minus minus. Like, how do I traverse the DP array, right? I don't know, because it's a 2D array, so I don't know which direction to go. Is it upwards or is it leftwards, right? Because if they're equal, I know I have to go diagonal, that's for sure. But if they're not equal, then what to do? So let's, so the condition I'm just trying to make you understand. So let's say my dp of I minus 1 of j is greater than dp of I of j minus 1. So what does that mean? It means that this is the direction where my maximum value comes from. My I minus 1 direction is the direction from which the value comes from. So that means if this is the case, I should definitely be doing I minus minus. And if this is not the case, I should be doing G minus minus. So now let me write the code maybe somewhere here. So see, what I'll do is I'll just make a answer array where I'll, okay, not int, let me make it char. So in this char array, this answer array would be storing my final string. Okay, sorry, I forgot. Generally we write for strings now. That's why uh, I was writing for streams. But yeah, in this case, these are integers, so I can definitely do it integers only. And I'll assign I and j as two values. So I will be assigned as n minus 1 and m will be assigned as, sorry, my j will be assigned as m minus 1. So see, now what is the condition for loop termination? Like how long, how long do we run the loop? And when does it terminate? It terminates, we have seen the termination condition is that either I less than 0 or j is less than 0. So how long do I run the loop? That is till this, that my I greater than equal to 0 and j greater than equal to 0. So that is the time till which I'll keep running the loop, right? Okay. So now I'll write the conditions one by one. So if my a of I is equal to b of j. So if these two integers are equal, then what do? I will simply push those in my array. So what I'll do, I'll simply push those answer dot push back. I can push any of it. Let's say I'm pushing a of I. And what else do I do? I will decrement both my I and j pointers because they are equal, and that's what I was doing so far, right? Okay. So that is the condition for a of I being equal to b of j. And let's say if that is not the case, so the else case would have now again two conditions. One condition I wrote for you, that if my dp of I minus 1 of j is greater than dp of I of j minus 1, then what do? If this is the case, then I simply go I minus minus. And if this is not the case, then what do? I simply go j minus minus. Okay, I think, no, yeah, this is fine. So now can you tell me in what order will I have it? I'll have it in the reverse order, right? So because I'll first push 3, then I'll push 1, then I'll push 2. So I'll simply need to reverse this whole thing. So this loop ends here. Yeah. So here now I'll simply reverse my answer vector. Answer dot begin, comma answer dot end, and now I should be able to print it. Cout x. We just have a space to separate those values, and at the end I'll just cout endl. There is some small error. Let me just check it. It's in 13th line. Okay, I mistakenly put a second bracket there. Okay, that should be fine. Let me just put this array as input. Okay, just giving segmentation for it. It's very weird. Let me check it once more. This is my function. If this is equal, then this is what I do, and if this is greater, then I decrement my I. But I think here I need to take care of a condition that, see, as I'm going I minus 1, right, and my I could go to something as low as 0. So that means my I, this is not a 1 based thing, this is a 0 based thing. So my I needs to be greater than 0. That is one condition, right? And this. So my I needs to be greater than 0. Now I guess I will not get a segmentation fault. No, I think I could still get a segmentation fault because just because of the fact that, okay, no more segmentation faults and this is fine. So where was the cout statement? Yeah, let me do endl and again show you because they were just on the same line. So to show it out correctly, let not get executed. Just a second. LCS of this indel, and then I'll simply put this as my input. Yeah, so 3 is the length and 1, 2, 4 is the answer. So it's the same as what is given here. So thank you. I hope you have understood the solution.